You clicked on this video because you know that you are doing something or multiple things that aren't giving you the outcome that you want for your body. You could be not working out, eating too much, eating too little, and you might not even know what's causing the symptoms right now of bloating, breakouts, mental fatigue, no energy, weight gain, negative thoughts. So my goal with this video is to help you realize what's got you here and what's keeping you here. There are two ends of the spectrum when it comes to treating your body like crap. You could be abusing your body with more positive behaviors that society deems as positive, like working out and eating healthy and supplementing. Or you could be abusing your body in a more negative way that society sees, not working out, eating too much, laying in bed all day. Both of these ends of the spectrum are forms of abuse that you are taking toward your body. I remember being hyper fixated on what I was eating and how I was moving because I thought that everything that I ate would make me gain weight. And I've also been at the other end of the spectrum where it's not that I'm not eating enough, but then I'm actually overeating and I'm actually binging because I have an emotional need that isn't being fulfilled, so I'm going to the food. So there are different ways that you can be treating your body like crap right now. And the first step is actually being aware of how are you doing that? Is it through more positive behaviors, but you're overdoing it and you're pushing yourself way too much? Or is it through the negatives and you're not doing enough, you know that you could be doing more, you know that you have it in you, and you're not eating the right things, you're not fueling yourself with the right things, and you have symptoms that are pissing you off. So this starter pack comes in 3 categories. We're going to cover mental, emotional, and physical. Get a notepad and pen or get the notes app open on your phone because this is a guide that you can actually follow. And down below you can actually get a spreadsheet that I've created which shows you normal things in society that are actually making you unhealthy, and I have tried my best to give affordable alternatives. So you can download that below. When you do put your email in, you will be on my mailing list, but don't worry, it's all personal development and good things. Stop treating your body like crap. The starter pack. Physical is how much or how little you are moving your body. It's how you see yourself in the mirror. It's how, when you look down, what thoughts go through your head. How are you seeing yourself? How are you seeing your body? And how are you moving your body and taking care of your body physically? To start, I want you to move every single day in small ways. How are you moving right now? Are you moving like sporadically? Are you doing like 3 workouts a week, but they're quite intense? Or you're doing 3 workouts a week and you're not pushing yourself? Or you're not working out at all because you just don't know where to start? Where are you at and how can you go from there to moving a little bit every single day? The ideal way to move is to move from a place of, I can move, I'm healthy enough to move, I'm so grateful that I can move my body. But if that doesn't push you, and if the only thing that pushes you right now is, I don't want to get fat, I don't want to get overweight, and I don't want to be unhealthy, then figure out what is your motivation? What is your, what is going to get you out of your bed and get you going for a walk? What is going to get you from eating your lunch, then going outside and getting some fresh air? Because for me, I know that when I'm on vacation and I'm indulging in lots of things, my mentality around working out changes, and it's more like, okay, I'm going to work out to maintain because I'm eating very, very differently right now. My body's reacting differently, so I'm going to eat to maintain. When I'm at home and I'm in my very routine way of living, I am working out. I'm working out to get stronger. I'm working out to push myself. I'm working out to get healthier. So there's different mindsets around how you are moving your body. Find what motivates you. What is going to motivate you right now to move your body in a healthy way every single day? That doesn't mean working out every single day. I do not recommend that really for anyone unless it really works for you. But women in general, we don't need to work out every day. We want to have our rest days. Very, very important. And especially important if you want to grow muscles. Your muscles need to rest to grow as well. And if you know me and if you've been following my content, you know I'm definitely into weightlifting and muscle building. So doing that every day does not work for me. Detaching from the outcome of your workouts. This is practicing delayed gratification when it comes to improving your relationship with yourself physically. We want to detach from any kind of outcome that we could be getting because usually fixating on the outcome does not motivate you to keep going, because at the end of the day, it takes time to get the physique that you want. Wherever you are in how you look right now, it's going to take time for you to get to where you want to be. And if we're so fixated on what we want to look like, and we're fixated on the final result, it's going to be harder to keep motivating yourself throughout the entire journey, because if you're just relying on that, like it's tough. So instead of fixating on the outcome, focus on how it actually feels to move your body and how good that feels and how healthy you feel right now. This is what, when I'm going into the gym, every time I leave the gym, I am so happy and proud that I could do that my body could do that. I don't look the way that I really want to look right now. I have goals. I can't do as many pull-ups as I want to do right now. But instead of fixating on, what I can't do, I focus on what I can do and what I just did. Focus on what you can do and what you are doing, rather than what you could be doing, what you should be doing, what you wish you were doing. Because then instead of coming from a place of lack, you're actually coming from a place of abundance, and you have it all already, and you just get that more positive attitude towards your body physically. And I think the best way to build up your tolerance for delayed gratification, by the way, delayed gratification is when you don't see results from a certain action until a long time, or you take action towards something that you will see the results with in a long time. So for example, if you're starting a business but you're not going to make money in the first year, that's delayed gratification. You're not doing it for instant gratification to get instant results, but you're doing it for delayed gratification. The same with the gym. You're not going to see results next week, in 2 weeks, in 1 month, but you will see results in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. That's delayed gratification. So I think the best way to build that up, to build your tolerance for it, is by working out. And then because you have that tolerance, that spills over into other areas of your life. So then if you wanted to write a book or start a business, then you have the tolerance for delayed gratification to be able to wait until you actually start seeing results. And then when your mind is telling you to go easy, that's when you go hard. That's when you push. So how do you know when your body's telling you to go easy and it's just your mind is telling you to go easy? Because if your mind is saying, stay in bed, like you're so comfy, but your body's like, I can work out right now, I'm not aching, I'm not in pain, then we have to shut off that mind and listen to the body. Can you hear your body versus your mind? Have you ever tried to listen to what your body is telling you versus what your mind is telling you? Because when it comes to working out, I always have this. Today, honestly, my mind is telling me I'm too busy and I don't have time to work out, but my body feels good. So what are the facts? Do I have some time that I can actually go and train? Yes, I do. So then I should, because my body's feeling fine. Here are just my 3 best tips to know when your body is telling you not to push yourself. And the first thing is if you are physically aching. If your arms, if your legs are physically aching, then that is a sign to listen and your body might need some rest. If the way that you usually move or the weight that you usually lift feels way heavier and way harder, this is a sign that your body needs a rest. A very clear sign, you know, when you pick up the dumbbell and you're like, whoa, I lifted this so easily last week, what is going on? You might be a little bit, your muscles might be fatigued and they might need just 24 hours to chill out. If you feel like you can sleep longer, but not because of lack of motivation, because that's a mental signal, but because you are physically tired, then listen to that cue to sleep longer, to sleep earlier, not later, but to actually go to bed earlier, because we want to sleep with the light. We want to sleep when it's dark and we want to be awake when it's light. That is how we are going to get the best quality sleep because of our circadian rhythm. And I have an Oura ring now, guys, so I'm learning even more about this. Let's move on to mental. Do not speak negatively about yourself. Words are energy. I love this quote. It's so true. Whenever we're speaking negative thoughts in our minds out loud, we are just reflecting that. We're reflecting that back to us. So the first thing I want you to do when it comes to stop treating your body like crap is working on the way that you talk to yourself. Say these things on a daily basis. I am healthy. I am proud of myself. I am grateful for my body today. I'm grateful for my mind today. I'm going to try my hardest today. Start talking to yourself positively. I am confident. I am brave. I can do hard things. When you start to say these sentences, instead of saying things like, I don't think I'm good enough. I don't think I can do that. I can't. I feel embarrassed when I go to the gym. I don't feel confident. You might not feel like you can do these things. But if you start telling yourself and just slowly convincing yourself that you can, it will help you to actually do these things. Because if you're saying, I'm too embarrassed to go to the gym, Okay, yeah, maybe you do feel embarrassed to go to the gym, but at the end of the day, you might want to go to the gym at some point in your life. So it's like, are you going to keep holding on to that feeling of, I'm too embarrassed to go to the gym? Or are you going to start switching that up first in your mind by saying, when I walk into the gym, I'm confident. I'm confident in the gym. I feel okay in the gym. I feel content in the gym. No one is looking at me. I feel good in the gym. I know what I'm doing. I know which machines I'm going to. I know where things are. I feel good. Why don't you just choose to say those things instead? Even before you're in the gym, before you actually start, just to tell yourself that actually, yeah, I don't have to feel embarrassed, because the embarrassment is coming from inside. The embarrassment isn't anything physical, it's purely inside because it's the words that you're telling yourself. And also, just a tip, when you're doing something hard like an exam or an interview, or you're just having a tough day, tell yourself that you can do hard things. Say these things in your mind. I've got this, I always have this, I can do hard things, I always succeed, I always make things happen. Again, just rewiring those negative thoughts into positive ones, because when you rewire your thoughts, you start to speak differently, you start to act differently, and then your reality will change. That is how it works. It sounds delusional, but it also makes so much sense. See yourself like you see your best friend. If you are speaking, looking, talking to yourself negatively right now, would you say that to your best friend? Probably not. So how can you start to see yourself as if you are your best friend? Matthew Hussey also said an amazing quote in I think his book, and it was like, we are the only person that we have our entire lives. We are the only person that we get to talk to. We are the only person we are stuck with. So why would we not make that a pleasant place to be? Make it nice, make it fun, like in your head, make it a nice place to be. And do this by telling yourself those crazy things, by telling yourself you can do it, just like you would do with your best friend. The way you talk to other people reflects how you feel about yourself. Practice not complaining. Practice patience. Practice talking to other people with love, because this is going to improve how you are treating yourself. Right now, you're treating your body like shit. You're treating your mind badly because you're talking negatively. And when you talk negatively to yourself, it's so much easier to complain, and it's so much easier to talk negatively about other people and to other people. And the more that you're complaining and talking to other people negatively, the more that's just going to come back to you. So that's why I'm emphasizing so much is the self-talk inside your mind, and how that actually impacts how you are going to stop treating your body like badly. Because also, when you respect your body and when you start to say, I am worthy, I am grateful, I am healthy, then your actions are going to reflect that. When you start to respect yourself, you're not going to want to do the negative, bad habits, because it doesn't align with respecting yourself. It doesn't align with loving yourself, because you know that these things are bad. So when you respect yourself and then you're skipping a gym session, it's like, wait, that doesn't make sense anymore, because I really respect myself, I love myself, why am I skipping this gym session? And then it makes it a lot harder to skip because it's misaligned. Let's talk a little bit about emotional eating, because this is something that I can still find myself struggling with. When I'm feeling lonely and deprived of human connection, I go to food. I go to food for a dopamine kick, I go to food to feel that oxytocin. It's a chemical thing in the brain that food gives us that stimulation, it gives us that happiness, it gives us that feeling of, oh, like this is nice, I can distract myself, I can eat this, it tastes good. It's literally just something in your brain asking for stimulation, especially when you are not hungry. I'm talking about when you are overeating and you're eating when you're literally not hungry. It's a trigger in your brain asking for stimulation. And when you understand that, then you can be like, where can I get this stimulation from? Can I reach out to someone? Can I call a friend? Can I go for a walk? Can I even watch something? Like, I need a hit of dopamine, and it doesn't have to be from the food. Also can happen when you lose concentration. So when you're writing and focusing on a task, but then you don't know what the next sentence is going to be. Have you ever done that, and then you start walking to the kitchen and then you're like, wait, I'm not even hungry. But it's like you lost concentration. So you need some kind of stimulation, because you were just like engrossed in a task and now you're not. It's like, I'll go and get myself some food. It's so crazy how emotional eating works, but when you understand like what the triggers are, and when you are aware, like, oh, I'm opening the fridge now, But just because I'm bored and I'm craving dopamine, then you can replace that with something else. So some things to replace it by would be watching your favorite YouTube video, for example, like a short one, if it's like in the middle of the day or something. And then going for a walk is also a great thing to do. Making yourself a cup of tea or something to drink instead. This is if you are not hungry. This is if you are emotionally eating. What is self-care to you, and actually defining what that is? Because treating your body like crap could also mean that you're lacking self-care and you're lacking self-love, you're lacking self-respect. So define what self-care is, what self-respect is, what self-worth is to you. Because to me, when I started defining, okay, respecting myself does mean going to the gym. Respecting myself does mean eating 3 healthy meals a day. Respecting myself also means having an evening and a morning routine where I'm not totally engrossed by my screen and by work, but that is self-respect to me. And when you define what self-respect is, what self-care is, then you can start to live by those little rules that you make for yourself. A really powerful thing in self-improvement is making little life rules that you live by, because this is your life and you're allowed to make your own rules, you're allowed to set your own boundaries. So what are those tiny little rules that you have that you actually live by on the day-to-day? There was a great one that Chris Williamson mentioned in his podcast, and it was a rule of his, or the guy he was interviewing, was whenever he thinks of a person, of a friend, he would actually message them straight away or give them a call. And I love that little life rule that he just set for himself. You can just set yourself these rules and live by these rules. I have a rule for myself that when I wake up in the morning, I will never go back to sleep. I will always wake up and get up. Because when I go back to sleep, first of all, I always wake up with a headache whenever I go back to sleep. And second of all, that is my body telling me it's time to wake up. So that is just a small rule that I have for myself. And there are so many other like small rules, and I'm sure you already have some random little rules that you live by. So when it comes to fitness, when it comes to health, what are those rules that you're now going to live by? Is it 3 meals a day? Is it a savory breakfast? Is it having protein first? These are some of my rules now that I live by that have elevated and upgraded my health like crazy. I want to end this video by reminding you that you are a gift. You are a gift. Your body, yourself is a gift to this world. And if you aren't treating it like it is, then start treating yourself like you are a gift. You being here is already rare in itself. And remember that. Like your best friend right now, your siblings, or whoever you're closest to, don't they just feel like a gift to you? See yourself like that. You are a gift. And don't forget to get the spreadsheet below if you want to learn how normal things actually make you unhealthy in today's society. Because I am so sick of sugary drinks, processed foods, stagnation being so normalized, yet it's ruining our health. And we don't want that. We want to be healthy. We want to be the best version of ourselves. So download that so that you can start to treat your body with respect and with love. Have a beautiful day, week, month, life. Remember, if you like this video, share it with your bestie, because when we all win, life is way more fun. And I will see you next week. Bye.